Hello, my name is Erin Perkins, and this is my introduction presentation for EDL 850 School Law. My family currently lives in Topeka, Kansas. I went to Benedictine College and graduated with a double major in both special education and elementary education. That was a good years ago. We are newly a family of 6. My youngest daughter was born 7 weeks ago today. You can see in her picture there, she's pretty little, but she's mighty, and she keeps up with the rest of the crew, her 3-year-old little brother, and then the 6-year-old twins. This summer, at the end of July, we plan on going to a vacation in Destin, Florida, so spending some time along the beach, just in time for us to gear up and start the next year of school. I've been teaching for 12 years. All of those have been in special education. The past 8 years have been in special purpose schools. Currently, I teach at Tallgrass Student Learning Center, which is the special purpose day school for the Auburn-Washburn district in southwest Topeka. While I've taught many different things, including different electives, I mainly teach ELA and math to middle school and high schoolers. Primarily, though, I teach behaviors. It's infused into everything that gets done in our school, and sometimes, at the end of the day, that's all that gets taught. It's just behaviors and expectations and emotional regulation. So that's kind of the clientele that I've been working at for the past 8 years. With that in mind, our administrator makes sure, as being a special purpose day school, that we are focused on making decisions best for kids, and our focus primarily then would land into special education law. So, IEPs, and that bolded I being individualized education plans that allow for growth to consider what kids can handle and be pushed as far as least restrictive environment goes. We try to get our kids out as much as we possibly can. To be able to identify with non-identified peers, and behavior plans that help students to improve. My other little note there too, something that we focus on a decent amount, was the Jason Flatt Act that focuses on suicide prevention. It's a law that was recently passed to ensure that all school district employees know the signs and how to get help. And that is especially important with my population of kids with emotional disorders. We've seen quite a few kids go through that have needed to be screened for are they suicidal or not, and how to prevent those things, and how to offer the best emotional regulation as possible. So we focus a lot with that on the mental health side of things. We focus a lot on their individualized education plans, because we have some kids that are only with us for half the day, some kids for maybe just 2 or 3 classes, some who take 1 class or 2 at the middle school, and some kids that just need even more restrictive environments inside our own building, where they're just with one single teacher all day to really focus on those emotional regularity skills. So that's what our administrator at our school focuses on. From what I know about law, I consider myself fairly knowledgeable when it comes to special education matters, especially with the application of and implementing an individualized education plan. We've seen many IEPs come through that are just like, how does that necessarily pass and meet all the requirements that are needed? So that's one thing I consider myself fairly knowledgeable in. I would like to consider myself fairly decent in today's issues, keeping up to date with ongoing issues around the state and newer changes that our district puts out. But I'm sure there's plenty that I don't know. I mean, finance, equity, any other sorts of legal matters, those sorts of things are kind of beyond my comfort zone right now. So I am ready to learn and ready to retain and be able to apply this to my future leadership.